A successful businessman walks into a room. Someone smirks and says, "You think you're better than everyone now." He pauses. Everyone expects him to defend himself, to explain why he works so much, why he changed, why he no longer attends every gathering. But instead, he smiles, says nothing, and walks away. That silence spoke louder than any speech ever could. Now ask yourself, why do we spend so much of our lives trying to convince people who have already decided not to understand us? Why do we explain our dreams, boundaries, and decisions to people who never intended to support them? The ancient Stoics believed every unnecessary explanation gives away a small piece of your freedom. Marcus Aurelius faced criticism daily yet never wasted his life seeking approval. He understood something profound. The more you chase understanding from others, the further you drift from understanding yourself. Today, you'll discover 10 timeless Stoic lessons that will help you stop explaining yourself, protect your peace, and reclaim unshakable confidence. 1. Your life is not a courtroom. Imagine carrying an invisible backpack everywhere. Every time someone questions your choices, you stop, unzip it, and pull out proof. Proof you're working hard. Proof you're not selfish. Proof your decision makes sense. Exhausting, isn't it? Yet millions live exactly like this, constantly defending their lives. The Stoics rejected this completely. Your character isn't built by convincing people, it's built by living according to your values. Marcus Aurelius knew that some people don't want clarity, they want control. Every explanation becomes another opportunity for them to question your confidence. Real confidence doesn't shout. It doesn't argue. It quietly continues walking its path. Next time you feel the urge to explain, pause and ask, am I explaining because it's necessary, or because I'm afraid they won't approve? 2. Silence makes weak people uncomfortable. The moment you stop reacting, some people become louder. Why? Because they expected your emotions to become their entertainment. Epictetus taught that no one can disturb your peace without your permission. Your greatest strength isn't having the perfect comeback, it's deciding that no comeback is necessary. Silence isn't surrender. Silence is self-control. And self-control is rare. In today's world, everyone reacts instantly. People argue in comment sections, fight over opinions, defend themselves to strangers. The Stoics would ask, is this worth your peace? If the answer is no, walk away. Not because you lost, but because your peace is worth more than winning an argument. 3. Stop explaining, start becoming. Imagine planting an oak tree. The next day, someone laughs and says it will never grow. Would you dig it up every morning to prove the roots are there? Of course not. You trust the process. Yet we do the opposite with our lives. We announce plans before building them, explain goals before living them, defend futures we're still creating. The Stoics believed real transformation happens quietly. Marcus Aurelius never asked how many people approved of him. He asked, did I become better than I was yesterday? Your actions carry weight that words never can. People may doubt your discipline today, but 6 months of consistency answers every question without a single sentence. 4. Approval is one of the most expensive addictions. Imagine walking through life holding a cup. Every opinion either fills it or empties it. You did great, the cup fills. You've changed, it empties. Soon, your happiness belongs to everyone except you. Seneca warned that when your peace depends on applause, you're no longer free. Most people don't realize they're addicted to approval. They check for validation before decisions, soften opinions to keep everyone comfortable, apologize for taking up space. Here's the irony: the more desperately you seek approval, the less people respect your confidence. Confidence isn't asking, do you like my decision? Confidence says, I've thought carefully, and I'm willing to live with the outcome. 5. You cannot control what others think. Every person creates a version of you in their mind. To one, you're inspiring. To another, intimidating. To someone else, selfish. Which version are you supposed to spend your life defending? You can't. Because none are truly under your control. Epictetus taught that peace begins when you separate what belongs to you from what belongs to others. Your character belongs to you. Their opinions belong to them. Once you understand this, an incredible weight disappears. You stop chasing misunderstandings, correcting rumors, and wasting energy trying to edit someone else's imagination. No matter how clearly you explain, someone determined to misunderstand you always will. Your responsibility isn't to control their story, it's to keep writing your own. 6. Boundaries don't need long explanations. One of the hardest words isn't success or discipline. It's a simple two-letter word: number. Many people create long explanations hoping no one will be disappointed. But the more you explain, the more people negotiate. They question your reasons, search for exceptions, try to change your mind. The Stoics understood, a healthy boundary doesn't become stronger because it's explained longer. It becomes stronger because it's respected. Marcus Aurelius knew he couldn't lead an empire while pleasing everyone. Every meaningful decision will disappoint someone, and that's okay. Every time you say yes to everyone else, you may be saying no to your own peace. Next time, say it calmly, say it respectfully, then let silence finish the sentence. 7. Emotional control is the highest form of power. Some people seem determined to provoke a reaction. They criticize, interrupt, mock, not seeking truth, but seeking control. Here's the secret: the person who controls your emotions controls you. Epictetus compared life to a stage. You don't choose every scene or actor, but you always choose how you perform your role. When insulted, most people react instantly, heart racing, voice changing, emotions taking over. But a Stoic pauses, refusing to let someone else decide how they feel. That pause is where true strength lives. Anyone can react. Few can respond with wisdom. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every opinion deserves your attention. Sometimes the strongest answer is your peace. 8. Let time become your greatest ally. The people who doubted you most rarely apologize when proven wrong. They simply become quiet, not because your words convinced them, but because time did. The Stoics understood truth has a patient voice. It doesn't rush or panic. It simply waits. Think of a seed buried underground. After one day, nothing. After 1 week, still nothing. But beneath the surface, roots are growing where no one can see them. Your life works the same way. When you begin changing, don't expect instant respect. People remember who you used to be, not who you're becoming. The easy response is to defend yourself. The Stoic response is to keep growing. If your habits improve, your character strengthens, and your actions remain consistent, time will tell your story better than words ever can. 9. Protect your energy like your greatest wealth. Imagine waking up with only 10 coins, not money, but energy. Every conversation costs one. Every unnecessary argument costs another. Every attempt to convince someone who refuses to listen costs even more. By day's end, most people have spent all 10 coins, almost none invested in their own future. The Stoics treated attention as one of life's most valuable resources. Where your attention goes, your life follows. Spend your best energy proving yourself, and you'll have nothing left to improve yourself. How many hours have you lost replaying arguments? How many nights wondering what someone thinks of you? Imagine investing that energy into learning, building, creating, or simply enjoying those who truly care. Protect your energy. Not everyone deserves access to your mind. 10. Let your life become your explanation. Imagine 2 candles in a dark room. The first shouts, "Look how bright I am." The second says nothing, it simply burns. Which one lights the room? The second. Because light never argues. It simply shines. This is how the Stoics believed life should be lived. Marcus Aurelius didn't try to convince history he was great, he focused on becoming great. Seneca didn't try to appear wise, he practiced wisdom. Epictetus didn't ask for respect, he respected himself first. They built their lives around principles, not opinions. The people who matter don't need constant explanations. And those who demand endless explanations wouldn't be satisfied anyway. Your responsibility isn't managing everyone's opinion, it's managing your own character. When your values are clear, your decisions become clear. When your decisions become clear, your confidence becomes unshakable. And when your confidence becomes unshakable, you stop explaining, because your life begins speaking louder than your words ever could. Picture a lighthouse standing alone on a rocky coastline. Storm after storm, year after year, it never chases ships or begs anyone to notice its light. It simply stands where it was built. And because it remains faithful to its purpose, ships find their way home. Your life should be like that lighthouse. Don't chase people who refuse to understand you. Don't exhaust yourself trying to convince everyone you're worthy. Stand firmly in your values. Keep improving. Keep your word. Stay disciplined when no one watches. Stay kind when it's difficult. Stay humble when success arrives. Over time, your consistency becomes your reputation. Your character becomes your voice. And your actions become the explanation you never needed to give. The next time someone questions your choices, pause and remember these truths. You don't have to win every argument, answer every criticism, or explain every decision. Your peace is more valuable than proving a point. Your future is more important than someone else's opinion. Your character will always outlast every misunderstanding. Walk your path with quiet confidence. Build instead of boasting. Act instead of arguing. Grow instead of proving. The strongest people aren't those who always have the perfect answer. They're those who no longer need to explain themselves. Protect your peace. Guard your mind. And let your life, not your words, be the proof of who you are.